Have you ever fallen for someone so hard and so fast it felt, well, like it was written in the stars? Or maybe you found yourself stuck in a relationship where the same fights just keep happening over and over again? Today, we're going deep. We're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden psychology of our relationships, exploring the invisible forces that pull us together and what it really takes to build a love that actually lasts. So, here's the game plan for our journey today. First, we'll tackle that intoxicating, head-over-heels feeling and ask if it's real. Then, we'll look at what happens when that bubble bursts, why we get so triggered. We're also going to take a really interesting detour to talk about AI therapy versus human therapy. And finally, we'll get into the practical, hands-on tools for building the real thing, a conscious, connected relationship.
All right, let's start at the beginning. Part 1, the illusion. We're talking about that whirlwind, can't eat, can't sleep feeling. It feels like the most real thing in the world, but what if it's just a beautiful mirage?
And that really brings us to the core question, doesn't it? When we are completely swept off our feet, are we actually seeing the person in front of us, or are we seeing something else? There's a really powerful psychological force at work here that most of us are completely unaware of.
This is a process called psychological projection, and it's totally unconscious. Think of it like this. Your mind writes a movie script based on your entire history, all your childhood wounds, your secret hopes, your deepest desires. Then, this new person walks into your life and you cast them in the starring role. The only problem? They've never even seen the script.
So let's break down the difference here. On one side, you have immature love. That's projection. It's totally driven by our unmet needs. It happens fast, it's super intense. But here's the real giveaway. Check in with your body. If you feel kind of tense, on alert, almost contracted, that's a huge sign you're operating from an old wound. Now, mature love is completely different. It's a conscious choice. It builds slowly, it creates a feeling of safety, and your body, it can finally relax and just be calm in their presence.
Sooner or later, that projection, well, it's gotta fade. The person starts acting off script, and this is when the conflict starts. But this isn't the end. It's actually the beginning of the real relationship. Welcome to Stage 2, the awakening. Now, this right here is the most important mindset shift you can possibly make. When you get triggered, it feels like your partner is hurting you, right? But that's not what's really happening. They aren't creating the pain. They are completely unknowingly just pressing on a deep old bruise, a wound from your past that was there long before they were. So how do you find the actual source of the pain? Okay, the next time you have one of those big emotional reactions, just wait for the storm to pass a little. Then get quiet and ask yourself these questions. First, what in me reacted so strongly? Second, where have I seen this exact story play out before in my life? And the big one, who in my family growing up made me feel this exact same way? This is how you start untangling the past from the present.
Okay, time for a very modern question. With AI becoming a part of everything, a lot of people are turning to therapy chatbots for support. So, can an algorithm, a piece of code, actually help us heal these incredibly deep human relational wounds? Let's take a look at this detour.
This is probably the best way to understand the difference. An AI can be a phenomenal explainer. It can give you the map of your trauma, helping you understand it intellectually. It engages your mind. But a human therapist, they're a companion. They don't just give you the map. They walk the difficult road with you. They engage the emotional and nervous systems where the trauma actually lives.
And here's why that human element is just irreplaceable. An AI doesn't have a body, it doesn't have a nervous system. It can't feel you getting anxious and help co-regulate you back to calm. It can't feel the shift in the room or read your microexpressions. Most of our trauma happens in a relationship with another person. And for the deepest healing to happen, it really needs to be processed in a safe relationship with another present, caring person.
All of which leads us right into our fourth section, the conscious path. Okay, so we're starting to understand our wounds. Now what? How do we actually communicate our needs and build something healthier? Well, the whole secret is shifting from accusation to invitation. Just look at the night and day difference here. The accusation, you never make time for me. What does that do? It immediately puts your partner on the defensive. It's an attack. Now look at the invitation. When we spend time together, I feel more connected to you. See? You're not blaming them. You're just sharing your own experience. You're explaining the positive effect they have on you. It's an open door, not a slammed one. So this all really comes down to three huge fundamental shifts in how we operate. Number one, take responsibility for your emotions. It's not you hurt me, it's you touched a wound that was already in me. Number 2, take responsibility for your reactions. They're coming from your own unhealed parts. And number 3, and this is a big one, see the relationship as a space for growth and evolution, not just a place to be comfortable. It's your dojo.
And that brings us to our final section. Let's talk about the architecture of connection. After all this work, what does this resilient, healing, lasting love actually look and feel like? How do we build it?
Here's the thing about true connection. It's not a permanent honeymoon phase, and it's definitely not something you just find, like a lucky penny. It's the ability and the choice to stay present with each other, especially when you're not at your best, when you're both messy and imperfect. It's the work applied by both people of showing up, of repairing after a fight, and of choosing each other day after day.
So I want to leave you with this one last thought to carry with you. The next time you find yourself in a moment of conflict, just pause and ask yourself this question. Is my goal right now to win this fight, to prove that I'm right? Or is my goal to understand, to heal, and to use this as a chance to grow together? Honestly, the answer to that one question could change everything.